to me, America. What's on your mind? Is it Diddy Kong, Bullet Witch, or maybe it's Robo Blitz? We're taking them all on with a double order of Lost Planet. Win if you can, lose if you must. But now, it's time to cheat. Welcome to Cheat, TV's first and best resource for insider video game tips and tricks. I'm Kristen Holt with the cheats you need for all your favorite video games, from Diddy Kong to Robo Blitz and more. But first, put that map away. We're getting lost. Lost Planet, that is. Earth is uninhabitable. Overpopulation and pollution have forced mankind to colonize a new planet, EDN-3. As if the unbearable freezing weather wasn't bad enough, the native population, a nasty bunch known as the Acrid, is none too friendly. In this hostile environment, the human race has split into two factions, the scientific empire called Nevik and the run-and-gun rebellion of the Snow Pirates. Both of these groups are fighting over the thermal energy, or T-Eng. This T-Eng is the source of power and heat that keeps you alive in the game and is constantly decreasing as you play through the levels. You follow Wayne, a pirate whose dad was betrayed by Nevik and killed trying to protect his son from the colossal Acrid known as Green Eye. You end up escaping, but your vital suit breaks down in the middle of a snowstorm, and with that comes, you guessed it, temporary amnesia.
Who are you?
In Mission 7, Caravan Ambush, Nevik has stepped up its defenses against anything that might tamper with the mysterious Frontier Project. Just like colonial American rebels, or to put it in terms you're more familiar with, the Alliance on the forest moon of Endor, you're forced into guerrilla hit-and-run tactics. Whatever gets the job done, which in this case is to stop an evil madman from building a planet-killing weapon of doom. Here's my strategy on how to get through this terrain and locate all the target marks in normal mode. This position is crawling with soldiers. Quietly activate the data post and move west. Use your grappling hook to climb the mountainside and grab the energy gun and sniper rifle. Start picking off all the soldiers and use the energy gun to disable the mechs. Jump down, run southeast, and take out anything that stands in your way. Exchange your sniper rifle for a more powerful plasma gun with infinite ammo to boot. The harmonizer on your arm converts the T-Eng into health, but it depletes rapidly. So remember to always collect thermal energy, whether activating data posts, killing the inhabitants, or shooting down the silos. The first target mark, the letter T, is behind the red container. Push south and make sure to sneak around ninja style. Strap into a nifty mech and begin dissecting the enemy. Dodge, hover, and blast your way through this intense battle. Clear the area, and before you head inside the base, jump on the mountain and snipe the O marker on top of the entrance. Now, on to the Nevik Research Facility.
It was all a Nevik trap.
This field is filled with acrids, so I would avoid going through the middle. You're not Jack Bauer. You can still die. Jump into the PTX 140, which is the most agile mech in the game, and grab the 3 marks. Begin maneuvering north following the edge of the cliff, and you'll find the letter A. N is located inside the T-Energy plant, which is based in the northeast. The final one, R, rests between the concrete pillars in the fortress. Avoid everybody and fly through the door. Work your way to the floor below you. Use the grappling gun to pull yourself onto the ledge next to you. Hop, skip, shoot, and jump all the way to the other side. Hang loose, kill the soldiers below, and take out the turret gun with your grenades. Inside the lower level entranceway lies the O marker. Blow through that gate and take out the second turret. The final letter, D, is located on the bottom southwest corner underneath the waterfall. Hop into the VS and up the elevator you go. Keep the rocket launcher and trade the Gatling gun for the shotgun, which is on top of the first platform. You'll face a souped-up Cacti VS equipped with hovering probes. Here's the game plan. Use a variation of close and long-range combat. Utilize the platform as a shield and hit your enemy with rockets from afar. While reloading, get close and blast them with the shotgun. Continue this tactic until you get your job done. Fasten your seatbelts, cause the party ain't over. Oh boy, you're in for it in that boss battle. But don't worry, I'll be right there with you when we return to Lost Planet later in the show. Right now though, keep your hands and arms inside the living room at all times. We're going racing Diddy Kong style. The Kong family may perform best when they stick to platforming, but sometimes a monkey's just gotta get off the vine. That's right, Diddy doesn't feel limited by your normative expectations of his monkey identity. This monkey was born to race. He's here, he steers, get used to it.
Hi, I'm Diddy.
Diddy Kong Racing has made its way onto the DS, bringing along with it some new and improved screen tapping action. Here's a guide to some of the extras you can score with a little stylus pointing knowledge.
How can I help you?
Near the lighthouse, you'll find a grove of happy little palm trees. Grab a coconut and pull back to slingshot your fruit to the faraway cliff face. Hit the 3 cracks to send coins spewing out. In the sand, you'll find a little polygonal version of Stonehenge. Draw a circle to create coins, a balloon to make a balloon appear, and a hexagon to summon a scratch card. In the log, you'll find a drawing of Whizpig. Trace his face to open a secret area with a scratch card. In the frozen area, you can access a balloon in an icy prison. Use your stylus to drag it down the hill into the river, where it will be melted and spirited to the beach for your convenience. In the main area, you'll notice a curious frog-shaped cavern to the left of Whizpig's ugly rock-faced mug. Mosey over to one of the many frogs lolling about near the waterside. Get close enough and a hand will appear, your cue to get touching. Stretch the frog in the direction of the frog hole and let go to catapult him towards destiny. If he makes it to the froggy pond in the sky, it'll spit out a frog-chicken hybrid in return. Makes total sense, right? Now all you have to do is commit a little frogicide, as simple as rolling over your happy little friend to unlock Drumstick as a playable character.
I'm Drumstick.
With tips like these, you'll be on your way to lapping Whizpig in no time. I wonder if any of those rides come in a hybrid. Sure, they look fun to drive, but I'm trying to be a little more environmentally responsible these days. It's just a personal choice, you gas guzzlers. We'll be right back with tips for Bullet Witch after the break, but first, check out this quick cheat for Superman. Saving the people and buildings of Metropolis is just another day on the job for this superhero in Xbox 360's Superman Returns. But even Superman needs a day off once in a while. During the game, pause and enter this code and your city has infinite health. Now you can quit worrying about putting a halt to all of that death and destruction. So let your cape down and throw some cars of your own for a change. Welcome back to Cheat. Lately, scientists are talking about asteroids that are supposedly on a collision course with Earth. But I'm not worried. As long as Billy Bob Thornton can fly a space shuttle, I know we're safe. But frankly, I'm a little freaked out by the horde of demons headed our way in less than 5 years. Don't believe me? I guess you haven't played a little game called Bullet Witch. The entire human race is on the brink of extinction, desperately fighting off a demon invasion in the year 2013. You play a rogue witch named Alicia, who is armed with powerful magic and a morphing gun rod. This enchanted device can turn into different weapons, like a machine gun or shotgun. After you've worked your way through all 6 levels, you'll suddenly find yourself facing off with a gigantic demon monster with a tri-serpent arm who likes to snack on humans. This is the final boss battle, so make sure you're physically rested and ready to take this guy out.
So we meet again.
It's gonna be a rough night, but no worries, guys. I have the help you need to take this devil down with ease. Breaking up this fight into 3 phases, you'll be able to recognize your progress while emptying clip after clip into the beast. When the fight begins, get behind the boss and be ready to dodge grudge spirits. Just remember that these little Slimers are your only source of enemies to kill in order to build up your magic pool. When you see the shield shatter, blast away at his spine. The sparks show that you're doing damage. Pump out the lead each time the shield is brought down. You'll repeat this a couple times until the boss begins to levitate. Now, you're almost done with phase 1. Keep firing away at his back until he flies to the other end of the block. This is the beginning of phase 2. During this epic battle, you may notice resistance troops in need of help. You can aid them with sacrifice magic and by pouring rejuvenating blood on their heads. There's nothing like a bracing blood shower to lift your spirits. If you're aiming for an A ranking on this level, then it's a good idea to save your mates. If not, then don't worry about them and head straight back into the fight.
Such a nice guy.
Chase the demon down and continue to barrage his spine with gunfire. He'll walk up and down the street, unleashing fire-breathing snakes, ground stomps, and more grudge spirits. Avoid his serpent arm and keep firing away. You can use your dodging move to avoid the demon's ground stomps. Keep firing on the spine of the beast until he retreats to the other end of the city. Again and again. Will this guy ever give up? After a short eternity, the inner voice known as darkness will indicate phase 3.
Try those resistant snakes.
At this point, it's time to take out the tri-headed serpent arm. You can do this in one of 2 ways. The first is to continue using your machine gun or Gatling gun and hit the head straight on. This can be troublesome as the snakes are constantly shifting around, blowing fire all over the place. An easy but possibly more dangerous alternative is to use your shotgun at close quarters. Once the snakes are destroyed, the beast will appear weaker, hunching over himself. This is the time to unload everything you've got. Keep firing into his back or shoot at the head to keep the pain on the demon. Use your lightning magic attack whenever possible. Finally, after 1,000 rounds of ammo, a lot of magic, and fatigued fingers, you are victorious. Nice work! I guess those hordes of the devil's minions won't be too tough to handle. But whoa, stay upwind of that breath of theirs. What do demons eat anyway? Yuck. We'll be back with Robo Blitz right after the break, but first here's a quick cheat for Rampage. Ah, Rampage. Another old-school arcade game that was brought back because, well, who knows why they remade this game, but you can swing your Wiimote to crash buildings instead of pushing a button, which sounds pretty cool, right? Despite its repetitive nature, Rampage Total Destruction for the Nintendo Wii can at least say it sports some good-looking buildings. And speaking of buildings, try using this quick code to disintegrate each one with a single blow. Now you and King Kong have something in common, besides the smell of your breath. Welcome back to Cheat, the show that folds, spindles, and mutilates video game rules. Xbox Live arcade games have gotten a lot bigger lately. Anyone notice? But bite for bite, I'd say the biggest brain-busting bang for the buck still comes from the 50 meg Robo Blitz. Now here's how you beat it. The world is divided into 2 kinds of people. Those who believe robots want to love, and those that believe robots want to kill. Meet Blitz. He's the robot who wants to tool around with incredibly obnoxious laser puzzles. You're forced to share this burden with him in Robo Blitz's tricky first security level, Prison Party. Your first port of call is the laser activation consoles. Go up the elevator and enter the room to the left. Take care of the annoying little wheelies that throw themselves at you. Open the 2 doors that hide the consoles for activating the green and blue lasers by rotating the mirror left and reflecting the yellow laser above the doors. A simple button press sends green and blue streams of electromagnetic radiation flying through the level. Now head to the room across the hall. Rotate the top mirror downward so it reflects the green laser down at a right angle. Hop down to the bottom floor and shoot off the box blocking the blue laser. Rotate the bottom mirror so that both lasers are reflected at 90 degrees. Back in the original room, you'll find a tricksy laser puzzle. Head to the front right console and rotate the mirror. This will send the flying wheelies out to smite you, but a few well-timed pops from your rocket launcher will turn them into beautiful showers of scrap metal. Return to the console and rotate the mirror until the blue laser hits the right door. Then, head to the middle console to reflect the green laser to the back right mirror, which you can then rotate until the laser hits the left door. And voila! You're one step closer to the security node. But hang on, Stoner McGee! Don't turn off the Pink Floyd just yet. This lasered light show has a few more headaches to give you. The security node bears an uncanny resemblance to the bosses of all the other levels, but his weaknesses are all his own. Prepare yourself for some sweet robot-on-robot violence. Head into the room behind the elevator to find a laser that you can pick up with your agile little robot hands. If you bend over to pick it up, the laser will be pointed upwards, and you can just scoot around underneath the node until it hits him. He'll fall to the floor and let his maw hang open, allowing you to pop him with the EMP. In the next round, go back to the hidden room and pick up one of the reflective boxes. Pay attention to the direction of the central laser and climb the appropriate platform. Stand on the edge while hugging the block to reflect the laser towards the node. The node's final tactic is a glorified hairy eyeball. Smoke and lasers will shoot from his murderous peepers. This time, you'll have to perfectly position yourself on one of the large mirrors to turn his dastardly scheme around on him, quite literally. When he falls to the ground, give him that final glorious magic bullet and enjoy the spectacle of his exploding motherboard. Blitz the robot knows that he can have his order of upgradium to go, and so can you. Just visit g4tv.com/podcast for downloadable clips of this and all your other favorite G4 shows. We're headed back to Lost Planet when Cheat returns after the break, but first, here's a devilishly fun Tony Hawk Unlockable. I know the devil went down to Georgia and played a fiddle, but I never knew the devil could do ollies on a skateboard. In Tony Hawk's Project 8 for the Xbox 360, there are many different hidden characters, but only one of them comes from hell. Go to the cheat screen and type in Enter and Win and unleash the Grim Reaper himself. I'd get out of his way as he boards. I hear the man has quite a temper. Welcome back to Cheat. Did you know that the Wayne Holden character in Lost Planet is actually based on a South Korean actor named Lee Byung-hun? He's huge overseas. There's a whole segment of the entertainment industry in China known as Korean Wave. And, okay, I admit it, I stayed up too late reading Wikipedia last night. Let's just get back to the game. There's no turning back now. The sacrifices your friends endured have led you all the way up to this crucial point. All that stands in your way is Eisenberg, the leader of Nevik, and his tricked-out mech. Putting an end to him will disable the Frontier project. Slap that disc into your harmonizer because it's morphin' time, baby! Oh yeah, this might cause you to lose your memory. Again!
You might lose all of your memory.
While Joe, the ex-Nevik operative, goes off to disable the system, you're given the task of taking out Commander Eisenberg. Hope you brought your A-game. Your pimped-out mech has the ability to fly now. You can soar upwards by pressing Y or downwards by pressing A. Your major attacks are the laser sword swipes. Press and hold the left trigger to do a horizontal slash and the right trigger for a vertical. You can also shoot friggin' laser beams, but to tell you the truth, they're kinda weak sauce compared to that sword. Commander Eisenberg's VS model is way faster and more powerful than your mech. But quit your beefing. Just like every battle in the game, there's always a trend you can exploit. Eisenberg's Gatling gun shoots pink bullets, but don't let that Hello Kitty color scheme fool you. These things can tear a guy up. Luckily, it's easy to avoid them. Just follow the direction he's shooting and you'll be fine. Eisenberg's mech is also equipped with 2 homing missiles. He'll typically fire these while doing a chain gun attack. You can either avoid it by waiting 4 to 5 seconds until they manually self-detonate, or shoot them down with your laser attack. Remember, they will chase after you, so don't be a fool and rush in. But wait, there's more! Eisenberg is also packing homing lasers. Just like the previous attack, stay away and wait for them to fizzle. They last a few seconds longer, but you have time to spare. His 2 most damaging weapons, however, are the defense laser cannons he'll call upon towards the end. The first one he brings forth is a spread ray, which sprays over a horizontal plane and can be very, very destructive. You can actually see when he's about to shoot. He'll do a point motion and the cannon opens up. When this happens, simply ascend or descend to avoid it. The second cannon shoots a strong beam that swings back and forth in a parallel motion, kind of like those pirate ship rides at the carnival. He will debut this weapon after the spread and he'll shoot both of them simultaneously. To avoid it all, move left or right while rising or falling. The only way to take down this VS is with sword attacks. He'll leave himself open for about 4 seconds after doing each one of his moves. Evade his attack and go in for the strike. Time management is key. Waste too much time and you'll run out of energy. But if you're patient and strike him when he leaves himself open, he'll plummet to his doom. Not before he shoots you a few times, of course. Storybook ending. A year later, Luca and Rick resumed Yuri's global warming research that they found in his organizer. Turns out he had a better way of melting the snow, which involved less violence. And of course, Wayne loses his memory again. The end.
I don't know what to say.
That's all for now. If you missed any of these tricks, you can visit us on the web at g4tv.com/cheat. And of course, you can always write to us at cheat@g4tv.com. Until next time, I'm Kristin Holt, and you've been cheating.